Hello, it is I once more, twice in 24 hours. I'm doing it. I feel like I want to continue doing this. So hopefully I don't stop again after like five books or whatever, five videos. But yeah, so we are going to continue rereading One Piece. I just reread Volume 8. Once again, I had these cards uh, in here for the past 4 years. I think I could kind of somewhat remember why I put them there. When I was rereading it, it kind of made sense. So, oh yeah, the official translation for chapter 1043 came out today. I checked that out this morning. Um, I'm so mad there's a break next week. I really, really want to know what's gonna happen. I, 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 I I want to know like what it means, like what that last panel means. Like I got spoiled, like I think a lot of people did. Um, but I really want to know what does it mean? Like what is that like the goo that's like coming off of Luffy in the last panel? Like I guess it's his awakening, but I want to know like what exactly does it mean? It makes sense too that Luffy that has to be his awakening. I because he's the only one that hasn't awakened yet amongst like Law, Kid, and Luffy. Luffy's the only one we haven't seen his awakening yet. So it makes sense that he would awaken here, and I guess that means his awakening means that he's Joy Boy. But I want to know what exactly like what is it? Like what does it mean? Like what yeah, what's he gonna do? Like, it kind of reminded me of Katakuri a little bit, the way Katakuri's mochi looks. Um, so maybe he's like, I guess his devil fruit just got upgraded. Um, a lot of people were talking about uh, how maybe Luffy's fruit is actually not the Gum Gum fruit, and how it might be something else because Kaido was talking about how rubber shouldn't be able to act the way it was acting when Luffy was fighting him. I'm not sure about that. I mean, I understand why people are saying that, but I think it's still got to be the Gum Gum fruit. Like I can't imagine that this whole time like his fruit is actually something different. I don't think that's the case. But we'll see. We'll see. So I just wanted to touch on that briefly. I'm very excited for the next chapter. Wano is winding down. Probably just a few chapters left, honestly. Um, but it's gonna be epic. I can't wait to see like what Luffy does next. It's gonna be dope. Oh man, I can't wait. So anyway, yeah. So we're doing Volume 8 today, which is a cool volume. It's the end of the Barati arc, and it is the beginning of the Arlong Park arc, which Arlong Park, I mean, one of my favorite arcs of all time. It's just so epic, so dope. Um, we'll get into it when I reread it. I've read it a bunch of times, but yeah, but I can't wait to talk about it again because it's so cool. Like everything that goes down in that arc is just amazing. So yeah, we'll get into that soon. So let's talk about Volume 8 today. Oh yeah, so I was rewatching my old videos where I was significantly skinnier, and I remember I said that I would read the forward. I think that's what these are called. Um, where Oda he says a little paragraph. He just talks a little bit at the beginning of each chapter. So I'll read this one. Okay, so here it goes. It's here's a little story for you. Long, long ago, a really long time ago, rabbits were able to fly. The fact that we count rabbits in Japanese, ichiwa, niwa, the same way we count birds, is a holdover from that time. Rabbits flapping their big ears across the vast clear skies of ancient times. Sounds like a horror story. Ichiro Oda, 1999. Damn, this came out in 99? Yeah, I guess it did. Wow. That's forever ago. All right. Okay, so we continue the fight with Luffy versus Krieg. Um, yeah, Gin inhaled the poison gas, so he's like on the verge of death, or at least it seems that way. Oh yeah, so I put a card here because I think it's because so Luffy's like, oh, I'm gonna go send Krieg flying, and then Sanji's like, wait, stop, you'll get killed, and then Luffy says, I won't die. And I think I put a card there because oh shit, I lost the card. I don't know where that was. Oh well. Um, so yeah, so I that's just like Luffy and a lot of characters, I guess, but Luffy like definitely goes through like whenever he fights, whenever he gets into these big fights, like um, he's always like on the verge of death. It seems like it seems like he pushes himself to like his limits and or past his limits even and it seems like a regular person wouldn't be able to do that. Like a regular person would die, but Luffy's like, no, I won't die. And I like this panel because, um, whoops, uh, because that's kind of like Luffy in a nutshell. Like the will of D, I guess. He just won't die. Like no matter what. Like he will always persevere. He will always come out on top. And until he reaches his goal, he won't die. And this is really early on in One Piece, but this is a pretty major point, I think. Like this still resonates throughout like current One Piece, um, like throughout the entire story. Like Luffy he's like versus Rob Lucci, versus Doflamingo, versus everybody. Like it seems like versus Crocodile. Like seems like he should die, but he just doesn't. He just doesn't for whatever reason. Like he's just that badass. Um, okay, so he charges at Krieg. Krieg shoots the stakes at him. He just keeps pushing forward. He literally like gets hit by the stakes, and he just keeps running. Um, and then oh yeah, I always like this moment where um, Krieg takes out the cape with all the spikes on it because Luffy's getting ready to punch him, and Krieg takes out a cape with spikes on it. Krieg always busts out like weapons from out of nowhere. It's like where were you keeping that? Um, but then Luffy doesn't even give a fuck. He just punches him like right through the cape, impaling his own hand on the spikes in the process, um, and just knocks Krieg to the ground. And I think that's like the first time that Krieg got like knocked to the ground. Um, Here he says it again. This isn't my place to die. This isn't my place to die. I wonder if Luffy is gonna die, like at the end. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. I wonder if I wonder if once Luffy becomes Pirate King, if the story's gonna end, or if the story's gonna keep going after he becomes Pirate King in some way, shape, or form. Like I mean, I guess it'll end. I mean, I guess One Piece has to end. Like it's been so long, it seems like I guess One Piece is never gonna end. But um, I guess it has to. But I wonder if they're gonna do like if they're gonna go the route of like Dragon Ball or like Naruto, how like the story ends, but then there's another story afterwards that continues, like how there's Dragon Ball like Super or Boruto. It's like the next generation. I wonder if they're gonna do something like that Because I can't imagine that One Piece is gonna end, and then that's just gonna be it. Like no more One Piece forever. Like I wonder if like the universe is gonna continue in some way, even if it's like with different characters or um, yeah, like something like that. I'm not sure. We'll see. Or maybe when it ends, it'll just end. I mean, it's been going on for so long. If it did just end, you know, the fandom wouldn't end. But yeah, that's something to think about. So yeah, so here we go. Luffy versus Krieg, the final battle of this arc. Luffy's fighting style is so awesome. I love how he fights. Oh yeah, yeah. Krieg takes out the spear, the explosive spear, which always kind of confused me a little bit. I didn't understand like how it generates the explosions. Sometimes One Piece does like Oda does stuff like that in One Piece where like something will happen and there's no real explanation for it. It's just like you just gotta roll with it, which is fine, I guess. I mean, you're not supposed to think too hard about it, but um, yeah, like whenever the spear like hits Luffy or hits something, whenever it makes contact with something, it generates a big explosion. Um, and I'm not quite sure like the science behind that, like how that works exactly. Um, I mean, it's cool. It's definitely cool. Um, oh yeah, so Luffy, yeah, like this, like right here. He hit Luffy with it, just boom, big explosion. Um, but then Luffy breaks the tip of the spear, so he can't like get impaled by it. That's kind of Luffy's like his kryptonite a little bit is like blades. Like if you just slice Luffy, like that's what really damages him because he's rubber, right? So punches and like bombs or like bullets, like they just bounce off of him. Uh, but blades actually make him bleed and like cut him and stuff. Um, let's see here. Oh yeah, this is pretty cool. Krieg busts out the flamethrower. Second Gatling gun. I think that's the second time he does Gatling gun. He did it once in the Syrup Village arc, and that was the first time he did it, and then this is the second time. Yeah, this is a pretty cool fight. This is pretty awesome. How he runs up the mast of the ship, and he's like readying a bazooka at the same time. Then he gets hit by a bomb, but still hits him with the bazooka. It's pretty dope. Um, oh yeah, here's and then he hits him with another bazooka that like breaks his armor. That's pretty epic right there. Oh yeah, and this is where he beats him. Krieg busts out a net out of nowhere once again. I guess he had on him, and he captures Luffy. He like gets Luffy in the net, and then Luffy does. I just love how Luffy fights. Like One Piece, like it's so cool. Like he does the Gum Gum. I think they call it the Gum Gum Giant Gavel. He like twists his legs around, and they land on Krieg's face, so he like locks him in, and then he I don't know how to say it. He like readies his attack, while he's falling and like swerves to the side. Oh my god, I lost another card. Shit. I need to get more post-it notes because those stick, so those won't fall out. Yeah. And he starts twirling him around. That's a pretty cool panel right there. Like the moment before the impact. And then Gadoosh. Giant gavel. Owns Krieg. That's the final blow right there. It's funny how arcs were so short at the beginning. Like now arcs like Wano, like goddamn, Wano's been going on for so long. It's been so long. It's finally winding down. I wonder what's gonna happen after Wano. I really wonder. A lot of people say Elbaf. I feel like it's weird. Like a lot of the times, when a big arc happens, like Dressrosa, or Wano. Like there are arcs that lead up to it. They hint at it before the arc actually takes place. It's like Kaido showed up. Like I think Kaido first showed up like it was a while ago. Like when he jumped off the Sky Island. Well, they mentioned him even way before that, but when you see him for the first time is when he jumps off the Sky Island and he just crashes into the ground. But I think that was like I want to say that was like before Dressrosa. That was like a while ago. And so we've been leading up to Wano for years and years and years. And now Wano is finally happening and is finally coming to an end. But I don't like what have they hinted at that could be the next arc after Wano? Like I'm trying to think I'm not sure if it's gonna be Elbaf, to be honest. I'm not sure what it could be. It would be cool if it was Elbaf. I would like to see that. I think that would be a cool, probably like Usopp centric arc, and of course we all love Usopp. Um, so yeah, so it would be cool to see to see Elbaf, but I wonder. Like I'm not sure if it's gonna be Elbaf. I wonder what it could be, or maybe they'll just go straight to Lodestar, right? Because if One Piece is supposedly gonna end in like a few years, then they gotta get to like the final island. They gotta get to Lodestar and Laugh Tale. So maybe that's what's gonna be next. I guess that would make sense actually, for it to be one of those islands. Maybe that's what's gonna happen. I guess that's what's probably gonna happen. Actually, now that I think about it. Um, oh yeah, and I guess Yamato's gonna join. That would make sense if Yamato. I mean, she literally said, once we defeat Kaido, I'm gonna sail with Luffy. So that kind of cements her joining the crew. I feel like. Um, I don't know. I mean, the only way she doesn't join if Luffy says no, you can't come with me. But I don't see why Luffy would say that. I don't think he would say that. So I guess Yamato is definitely gonna join. Um, all right, back to this. Okay. Oh yeah. So Gin takes out Krieg. He like knocks him out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I was talking about yesterday. I was talking about how it would be cool if Gin came back. Um, right here he says, uh, Sanji, when that kid wakes up, tell him something for me. Tell him I hope our paths will cross again on the Grand Line. And yeah, I mean they definitely haven't crossed again. I mean he also said, "Oh, I might die in like a couple hours," but um, yeah, he said that would be. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he will come back because I forgot that he said that. Um, So oh yeah, so Sanji tells Luffy about the All Blue. Oh yeah, and then the pirates try to get Sanji to leave. Um, Baby eggplant. That's such a funny thing to call him. Okay, so I put a card here. Oh, I think I put a card here because they talk about Fishman Island. Like Yosaku comes back and he's like half eaten by a shark, and so they're like, "Oh shit, is he a fishman?" And and then they talk about Fishman Island. It's so crazy how Oda thinks so far in advance. Like he foreshadows things for years and years and years and years and years, and then he finally does it. And whenever that happens, it's always so like satisfying to be like, what? Like Fishman Island? He talked about Fishman Island Volume 8, and then Fishman Island happens like volume like I don't even remember, but it happens a long time later. Um, I remember Fishman Island wasn't my favorite arc. I kind of want to reread it and see how I feel about it now, which I will eventually get to at some point. Um, but yeah, Fishman Island. I remember not liking it that much. It was okay. There were some cool moments for sure. Um, but generally speaking, I remember thinking it wasn't one. It wasn't like it wasn't one of my favorite One Piece arcs. I think a lot of people feel that way. Um, but I definitely wanna reread it. Okay, so Sanji accepts to join Luffy. Took him a while. Oh yeah, yeah. This moment is pretty epic. I put a card here when Sanji thanks Zeph for everything he did for him. That's an iconic moment right there. Okay, so now we get into the beginning of the Arlong Park arc when they're sailing to Arlong Park. Oh yeah, that's also something that always kind of bothered me about One Piece. Like, I mean, this is a minor complaint. It's not even really a complaint. It's just like a personal thing. Um, a lot of times in One Piece, even at this point, like this early on, um, like the Straw Hats separate. They separate. They go their different ways, and the arc plays out, and they're like not together. They're like off doing their own things, or maybe like some of them are together, but they're not all together. And that always bums me out. Like I love it when they're all together. I love it when all the Straw Hats are all together. And that actually doesn't even happen that often because there's so many of them now. Like in order to make the story interesting, they have to kind of all go on their journeys, like their separate journeys. So it makes sense that they separate and go about their different things, their different goals for whatever the arc is. Um, but for some reason, like when they're together, that's what I love. And I remember when right after the Sabaody Archipelago arc, when Kuma separated all the Straw Hats and sent them all for the time skip and sent them all to different islands, and then Impel Down happened, and Marineford happened. Even though those are like two of the best arcs in One Piece, like Impel Down and Marineford are amazing. But I remember reading it when I was reading it back in the day. I was so bummed out because like the Straw Hats weren't together. Like they weren't like it was just Luffy. Like it was. I mean, there were a lot of returning characters, which was awesome. Like Buggy came back, Bon Clay came back, a lot Crocodile came back. We get to meet Ivankov. Like, a lot of awesome stuff happened, so it made up for it. It was still enjoyable, obviously, but I remember being like, damn, like when's Zoro coming back? When's Sanji coming back? When's Usopp coming back? Like I love it when those characters are prominent, like front and center. Okay, so I put a card here. I think it's because this is the first time they talk about the seven warlords, which aren't even a thing anymore. I wonder what's gonna happen with the former warlords. Like, when are we gonna see them again? That's another thing. Like, I guess One Piece is gonna end soon, but there's still so much to do. Like, there's still so many characters and so many plot points that need to be addressed. So I can't imagine it's gonna end in just a few years. Like if Wano took like 4 years or however long Wano was, like how could they wrap up the entire story in that like that length of time? Like that just doesn't make sense. Um, oh, something else I wanted to mention. So in my video yesterday, when I was showing my figurine of Aokiji, I called him Aka Inu like a dumbass. I don't know why I did that. I was rewatching the video just to like check it out to see how it was. And at the end, I'm like, oh, here's Aka Inu. It's not Aka Inu. It's Aokiji. I don't know why I said Aka Inu. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to point that out. But yeah, I wonder what's gonna happen with the warlords, with like Buggy and Boa Hancock. I love Boa Hancock. I wish she would show up more. Um, with like Mihawk. Yeah, I would love to see all those characters again. I wonder what's gonna happen with those characters. I mean, I guess they're all gonna show up at the end. They're probably all gonna like. I mean, there's gonna be like a big epic war. I remember during Whole Cake Island, like they introduced so many characters, like all of Big Mom's crew. Like they just kept introducing characters, and I was just like, "There's got to be a reason that they're introducing all these characters. Like Oda's not gonna just make characters for no reason. Like they have to have some kind of purpose." Um, so I guess they're all gonna come back, and there's gonna be like a big ass like war, kind of like Marineford, but like Marineford Point Two, I guess 2.0. Okay, so we get to Arlong Park. We see Arlong for the first time. Sawtooth Arlong. Arlong has a pretty cool design. I always thought he looked interesting. Hachan. Nami shows up for the first time in a little bit. Oh, we see Johnny and Zoro and Usopp arriving in Arlong Park. And now Johnny has the tattoo on his cheek, the kanji. He has like a kanji on his cheek. And I don't think he had that before. I think Oda just decided to add that to him later on. Oh, this is an interesting color spread. It's not in color here, but uh, I guess he was already thinking about Wano way back then. He probably was. I like how Usopp looks right there. Usopp looks pretty cool right there. I mean, they all look cool. Okay, so they go to Arlong Park. They see the fishmen. They tie Zoro to the boat. I put a card here. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is the first volume where they mention Jinbei. I should have said that a little bit ago when I was talking about the warlords. Um, but yeah, they're talking about, oh yeah, Jinbei's from Fishman Island, and Arlong was like one of Jinbei's crewmates. That's nuts that they mentioned Jinbei in this volume, and he just joined. He just joined the Straw Hats, man. And I mean, he's been around for a long time, but he like just officially joined them. Uh, but even from this book until Impel Down, when you see Jinbei for the first time, I'm pretty sure you see Jinbei for the first time during Impel Down when he's chained up with Ace, I think it was. Um, I think that's the first time you see Jinbei, and it's like, damn, we've been talking about this dude for, or like we mentioned him so long ago, and now we finally get to see him. Like, holy shit! Like Oda is so patient. He's so patient. I don't know if I could be that patient. But yeah, so they see the village that got destroyed by Arlong. Oh yeah, this is a cool moment when Usopp runs into Nojiko and the kid Chabo, and he's running away from the fishman. There's a fisherman who's chasing Usopp, and Usopp is like like he's running away, like and uh, and then but then as soon as he runs into Nojiko and Chabo, he turns around. He's like, okay, uh, this is Usopp in a nutshell. Like he'll be cowardly 1 minute and then brave the next. So he's like, yeah. So okay, so enough running away. There's a child and a woman. I gotta protect them. I love that about Usopp. I love Usopp. I mean, I love all the Straw Hats. Okay, so we meet Nojiko. Usopp and Nojiko have a conversation. Then we go back to Zoro. And Zoro's with Arlong. This was a pretty cool moment when he sees Nami. He's like, "Oh shit, Nami, you're part of Arlong's crew," and then but he doesn't buy it. He's like, I don't know. There's something fishy going on here, and and then this is a cool moment. Like Nami's like, yeah, I double crossed you. What are you gonna do about it? And then Zoro's like, oh yeah. And Zoro his legs and his hands are tied, and there's this big pool. Well, I guess not, it's like the ocean, but the way Arlong Park is like right on the ocean, and there's like a I guess it's kind of like a pool that's right in front of Arlong's like throne, and Zoro is sitting right in front of it, and then he's like, uh, oh yeah, so Nami, like, let's see what you do here, and he just jumps into the ocean while his hands are tied and his legs are tied, just to see what Nami would do because he didn't buy that Nami was actually like evil or whatever, and of course Nami dives in after him to save him. And then Zoro was like, "Oh, okay, yeah. So I thought you double crossed me. I thought you didn't care about me, but you still saved my life. So what does that say?" And then she just starts punching him and kicking him and shit. Um, I like that moment. Oh yeah, and then we see Genzo. I always thought Genzo had a cool design with the pinwheel on his hat and the scars and stuff. He looks pretty cool. And then Arlen's like, "Oh, you have weapons. You got to get rid of your weapons." And then Nami frees Zoro. So yeah, so Oda kind of makes it clear that Nami isn't actually like a bad guy. Like she has her, her. I guess she did kind of double cross them, but she doesn't like hate them or anything. Like she still likes them, and that's volume 8. That's volume 8. 34 minutes. I guess this one was a little shorter, not that much shorter. Wow, I'm surprised I'm going on for so long. It used to not take that long for me to do these reviews. I guess I just haven't been talking about One Piece for so long that I just want to talk about it so much. I got a few comments on my video yesterday from friends of mine, so that was nice. I got a couple more subscribers. That was nice. So yeah, so I'm gonna keep doing this. Maybe I'll do another video later today. I'm just really in the mood to talk about One Piece. So oh shit, okay. Aokiji's head twisted a little bit. Yeah, so I might do another video today. I might do Volume 9 because I really love Volume 9. Volume 9 is like Arlong Park at its finest. A lot of cool stuff happens in Volume 9. So if I feel like it, I mean, it's kind of early. It's only 12:22 at the moment. So I might read Volume 9 again and then do another video later. Maybe we'll see how I feel. If not, then I'll definitely do it on Wednesday because that's my next day off. So yeah. So if you indeed watched me talk about One Piece for over half an hour, I appreciate it. I will be doing this more regularly. So yeah, thank you for watching and take it easy.